Today we will try to understand about I have mentioned few points prompt engineering. What is mean by prompt engineering? So prompt engineering is the input which we give to the model and then the model gives output. So that is the prompt. So we have few prompt technique that we can say, like few prompt shorts and n prompt short. It is like if we are asking a question, let's say we are using question and answer category model, and we asked a question. So how exactly we are getting the answer, that is plays an important role because we are saving the cost, we are using less token because we have framed our inputs in such a way that we will be getting the expected output. And when I say like end short prompts, that means by giving few example so that the model gives the output in the way we are expecting. So this is about prompt. So the prompt engineering is very important. We should know the techniques, we should know the which technique we have to use to get the exact output. Then we have models. So we have local model, that is like we are developing in-house model, or we are using already trained models, like from Anthropic we have Claude, from OpenAI we have ChatGPT, and there are many more, DeepSeek and many more. So these are trained model. So this is like we can decide which model we have to use. Then apart from this, we also have like model ecosystem. When I say, so model ecosystem is like to store images. What we use image registry, like in AWS we have elastic container registry, and we have Docker Hub also a registry. In the similar way to store models, we have Hugging Face, one of the, you can see, registry for the model. We can use public, or we can have the private models in that we can download. And we have agents. So nowadays, agentic AI is in trend because in organization there is a huge discussion, huge planning, and they are discussing openly what they are expecting, what they are designing. So agents will take the responsibility of the actions. So when I say agent, That means in the traditional CI/CD, we use series of steps that do the integration, that do the deployment, that do take care of the security. So let's say if there is a issue in any of the job in CI/CD, so how that will get fixed, that is we are allocating to an agent. So the agent will look into the error, it will fix the error, or it will summarize the issue, or it will try it one time and then it will give the output like I have tried restarting it but still it is failing. So that is a kind of automation we are using, right? Rather than a human coming into a picture and looking into the error and then taking the action. Then we have MCP, that is Model Context Protocol. So nowadays we have Model Context Protocol for almost every cloud provider. Let's say for AWS, we have an MCP. For Azure, we have MCP. And for different databases, we have MCP. That is, rather than connecting to any, we are fixing it to refer to the official page of Kubernetes, or that could be any context that is relevant to the particular action which we want. Then the control. So, control is because when we develop anything, we design a control in in the the project, so that we have the control over the phase which we are executing. If there is a scenario to interrupt or to modify or to delete or to add, we have the control over what we have designed or what we are designing. So that is the compliance, I would say, because compliance is strict to the rule, strict to the laws. We have some standards, we have some regulations, right? Like in data, what we widely use, that is the data security, because every country use certain regulation on data, certain restrictions, certain control over the data, certain security over the data. If we are not able to meet what they have standardized, then we will not get certified, or we will not be allowed to do the business, or that's the security for the data. Like in specifically in data, we have GDPR, we have um, ISO. There is some series of number. We have, like for Japan, we have a different data security. For US, we have different. For China, we have a different. For Malaysia, we have different. And for UK, for that matter, or for Europe. So this is very important while we are dealing with the data. That is just one example, but in the similar way, we should have a control over the things which is working for the project. Then comes agent orchestration. So we have designed agent. So there should be a workflow for the agent. Like in CI/CD, we have a workflow for a continuous integration. In similar way, for agents also, we have the certain framework for its operability. And we also hear that in organization it uses its internal documents, its internal DB. That could be its SharePoint documents, that could be its Confluence document. So that answer is internal to the organization. It's not the general answer we are getting from internet. So that is how the RAG and vector DB nowadays in the picture. In the organization, you will see they are using different um, databases, the internal, I would say, references to the data, and then on the top of that data, they are, you know, using the LLM to give the output in a beautify way, or in a, like, what for what purpose the LLM are designed, because they are, that is specific to the pre-trained model, because they have used millions, billions of parameters, or some local also. So that depends. Then observability. So observability is very important, because observing what is happening in the agent performance, in the platform we have designed by using AI. We should have the matrix, we should have the logs, we should have the traces, so that we can view and we can take decision based on the actual data. So in at in the guardrail, what I mean by guardrail, that is a kind of control or the security, because while designing anything, that could be traditional, or that could be with AI plus traditional methodology we are using. So the control should be there, the compliance should be there, the security should be there, our data should be secure, our credentials should be accessed securely, they shouldn't be leaked. So that is all about how we can, you know, start thinking about the process of AI and how the AI is evolving in DevOps industry. And we should continue here, or even try to engage if there is any opportunity for these things to have the exposure.